Welcome to this explainer. Look, today we're diving into something absolutely huge, something that marks a major milestone in your life, your very first paycheck. Whether you're bagging groceries on the weekends, maybe you're lifeguarding over the summer, or even doing some freelance coding right from your laptop, getting that first real taste of income is a massive deal. I mean, it just feels like total freedom, right? But here's the harsh reality. Most people, and I'm talking even full-grown adults here, totally mess this part up. So today, we're going to unpack the ultimate insider secrets for exactly what to do with that hard-earned cash. We're essentially handing you the first job playbook. This is the stuff that's going to put you miles ahead of everyone else your age.
So let's kick this off with a massive reality check. And this is going to defy literally everything social media tells you. I want you to picture this. You walk into a crowded room. Could be a nice restaurant, a big event, or, just walking down the street. When you look around, who actually holds the most wealth? Is it the guy covered head to toe in flashy designer labels? Or maybe the person casually tossing the keys to a brand new sports car? Just think about that for a second. Because how you answer this one question, it dictates exactly how you're going to handle that very first paycheck of yours. Okay, you ready? The answer is incredibly surprising. The richest person in the room is usually the one who doesn't look rich at all. I know, it sounds completely backwards. We're practically trained from birth to associate wealth with flashiness. But honestly, the wealthiest person is very often the one just wearing a plain t-shirt and jeans, driving an older, super reliable car. And here is the profound secret you've got to learn right at the start of your working life. That is exactly why they stay rich. They aren't blowing their money just to prove to other people that they have money. Which brings us right to section 1, the first paycheck illusion. Think about it. You just earned your first real money, and naturally, you want to enjoy it. That plays right into what most people think wealth actually looks like. We envision the driveway with a bright red sports car, a wrist heavy with a gold watch, or a closet just stuffed with designer sneakers. Now, as a teenager, okay, you might not be buying a mansion just yet, but the instinct is exactly the same. You want the $300 sneakers, the absolute newest smartphone, or that trendy jacket everyone's wearing. You think buying these things makes you look successful, because, well, that's the image of wealth we are constantly sold on our screens every single day. But here is the core truth of it all. Real wealth? It's often completely invisible. It's like a protective bubble. The money you don't spend is your actual wealth. It's the vault of savings, the upward trend of your investments, the funds you're quietly putting away for college or an emergency. You can't wear a savings account on your wrist. You can't drive your investment portfolio to school to show your friends. It's totally invisible to the naked eye, but it is the absolute only kind of wealth that actually provides true security and freedom. And this completely illustrates the trap we fall into. On one side, you've got someone who looks rich. Maybe it's a young adult flexing their brand new paycheck, wearing all the top brands, driving a car they financed at some terrible interest rate, but behind that smile, they are drowning in debt. It's like they're carrying around heavy chains holding them down. They look wealthy, but technically, they're totally broke. On the flip side, we have the person who looks average. They skip the designer labels, but behind the scenes, they have millions invested. As a teenager just starting out, you literally get to choose which path you want to walk down before you even make your first major financial mistake. So why do we buy all that flashy stuff? Let's uncover that in section 2, the trap of impressing strangers. This quote hits incredibly hard, especially in today's digital world. Listen to this. They spend money they don't have to impress people they don't even know. I mean, think about how often you see this happen. People swiping credit cards to buy things they absolutely cannot afford just so they can post a picture online for followers they have never even met in real life. When you get that first paycheck, the temptation is huge to use it to boost your social status. But if you play that game, you are basically handing your hard-earned hours over to a store just to impress a total stranger walking past you on the street. It's a trap, and it's one that keeps people broke their entire lives. Wealthy people, though, they think entirely differently. It's a crystal clear choice for them. You can buy a status symbol that drops in value and basically turns to dust the second you buy it, or you can buy an asset. An asset is basically a quiet little engine that generates even more money for you behind the scenes. The wealthy do not throw their cash at status symbols. They quietly accumulate assets. And your first job, that is your training ground to start thinking exactly like they do. And that brings us to our final core concept in section 3, assets over appearances. If you want to outsmart the system right from your first job, you need to use the ultimate advantage you have right now, which is time.
Here is the absolute cheat code for the adult financial world. Are you ready? Rich people focus strictly on building their net worth. Poor people focus on maintaining appearances. So, what is net worth? Simply put, it's the true invisible measure of wealth. It's everything you own minus everything you owe. It is the exact opposite of a shattered outward appearance. Rich people genuinely do not care if they look the part to strangers. They just want the invisible numbers in their accounts to steadily go up. Let's put these two choices side by side. Focusing on your net worth is honestly like launching a rocket ship. It grows your future, it gives you options, it gives you freedom, and it buys you real peace of mind. But focusing on appearances, that's just a black hole. It sucks in and completely drains your brand new bank account. If you take that very first paycheck from your weekend job and immediately blow it on something flashy just to look cool at school on Monday, you are literally trading your future freedom for a temporary appearance. The reality of this invisible architecture is that you are standing at a crossroads every single day. Every time you clock into work, every time you get handed that paycheck or see that direct deposit hit your shiny new bank account, you have a choice to make. You can choose to walk down the path of the person who buys status symbols to impress strangers, or you can choose the path of the person who quietly builds their net worth. The habits you start right now, as a teenager with your very first job, will quite literally dictate the financial architecture of the rest of your life. So, you're armed with this massive head start now. You have an understanding of wealth that most adults walking around today don't even have yet. You are completely ready to outsmart the system. You know that the richest person in the room is the one who doesn't look rich, you recognize the trap of trying to impress strangers, and you know the true power of the invisible architecture of wealth. So I'm going to leave you with this final, absolutely crucial question. What will your first paycheck build? Will it build an illusion, or will it build your true invisible empire? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep building, and I'll catch you next time.